In a world where remote work is the new norm, seizing financial opportunities from home is paramount. The economy evolves swiftly, demanding innovative solutions to meet life's challenges head-on. Picture a system empowering you to profit from today's financial landscape without stepping out. Imagine gaining real-time market insights delivered straight to your device. With Auvoria Prime, combine expert analysis, user-friendly tech, and personalized coaching to forge your financial future. Countless have unlocked their success. It's your turn now. Reach out to learn how Auvoria Prime can shape your legacy.
There is a substantial risk of loss associated with trading forex, binary options, stocks, or equities, collectively, asset classes. Only risk capital should be used for trading. Trading in any asset classes is not appropriate for everyone. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. No representation is being made that investors will make profits or will not sustain losses. Before trading in any asset classes, investors should consult with their professional broker, financial advisor, or financial consultant to determine whether trading asset classes is appropriate. Investors who trade in any asset classes should only do so if the capital used for this purpose represents funds that an investor can afford to lose without adversely impacting the investor's lifestyle. No trading strategy or methodology is without risk of loss. No trading strategy is risk-free, and no trading strategy can guarantee profits or freedom from losses. Investors risk losing the cost to execute any transaction, including associated commissions or fees. You should carefully consider whether trading in any asset class is appropriate for you in light of your investment experience and financial resources. Any trading decisions you make are solely your responsibility and at your own risk. None of the statements or materials in the Auvoria Prime chat rooms constitute a solicitation or recommendation to buy or sell.
Hello everyone to this episode, another episode of GearBox Developer Calls. Today is the 5th of November 2024. Yeah, there was a small pause because this year has gone by so fast I can't even believe it. So in today's call, we will be covering a lot of ground. We will also be discussing what's going on in the macro situation. We'll be going over GearBox settings, how the software works, what have the results been, and so on. So make sure to watch this video to the end. And yeah, let's not waste too much time. Let's just dig in. So in this call, of course, before we dig in, you can ask questions. Make sure to watch it to the end. Make sure to subscribe and like this YouTube channel or this video wherever you're watching this, because this is going out on different platforms. And of course, if you are on YouTube, if you're a big fan of YouTube, you can go and check out also my personal channel at Golden Yak Official. So, agenda for today, of course, first, who am I? Like I said, my name is Yak, and I have been a part of Auvoria Prime. Yeah, it's around 4 years now. I think it's even more than 4 years. And when I first started, I was just a normal user like everybody else. And even before that, my journey as an investor, as somebody who wanted to have more freedom in his life, started actually about 10 years ago, I would say, when I realized that slaving away for somebody else who can just sack you at any moment is not the life that I want to have for my future and for my kids and so on. So I wanted to have more freedom of time. I wanted to have more freedom of choice when it comes to when I go on vacation, when I do anything, and so on. So I understood that I have to find something that can make money while I sleep, and that is also scalable. And I don't believe in any coincidences, as we create our own reality, kind of. So my mind was set on finding something that can provide me more freedom. And so it happened. A friend of mine told me about these Forex robots. That was a long time ago. And I got involved, and here we are. I'm one of the people in the company who is speaking about software, and also an active member, an active user of these systems for years now. I have full faith in them because I can see what's going on my own accounts, and I can see what's going on also on some customer accounts that are public. We will also talk about what is GearBox. Yeah, let's get this part straightened out fast. So if you're completely new to this, you haven't used any EAs, or you haven't used any Auvoria Prime products, or you haven't even done any trading, or you don't even understand what trading is, what it entails, then pay attention. So what GearBox is? GearBox is a software that was developed because there's thousands of different EAs out there, but most of them don't actually work, or they only work for a short period of time. And GearBox was developed to solve this problem of having a software that needs to be constantly updated, tweaked, tuned, that needs to be adjusted, or even if you adjust it, it's not able to make any money in the long run. So how GearBox works is that the name itself indicates that it uses gears. So I'm just going to draw a price here on the chart. Okay, this is weird. Okay, I'm just going to use my mouse then. So I'm going to draw a chart, a price movement here. So let's say we have Euro USD, it's making its moves. So this is like price history. Now, maybe you already know this, but every currency pair has its own cycles, has its own ways of moving. So not every currency pair is moving this way. And of course, every currency pair has its own amplitude, how far it can move, how far it usually moves before it makes a reversal. And this is a problem because if you want to trade more than one currency pair, then of course you will have to have a strategy for each pair. And GearBox came to solve this because so what GearBox does, it uses gears. So let's say this is Euro USD, and it takes the trend based on a daily chart, so it knows which direction the price is going. So it starts putting in, it's like counting trades in the background. It's not entering any trades, but it's like making notice of what's going on in the markets. So it's the beginning of the week, the market opens, and it starts counting the gears. First, it has, okay, this is a funny pen. I'm going to change the color here. So first it has -1 for both buys and for sells. So what it starts doing is it enters, so it gets one sell gear here, so that it changes to 0. And the price comes a little down, goes up again, comes down, and then when it gets to this low point here, then it also puts 0 on the buy trades. Then the price goes up again, so it's on the same level, then it comes down again. Here it puts in, okay, so this is first gear. Now it goes up again, comes down, goes more up, and then what it does, it puts in first gear for a sell trade. Then it goes up, it puts in second gear for a sell trade, and as the story goes, Euro USD enters trades when it goes above the second gear. So what it does here is that, okay, now when the price moves up further, here it would be gear 3, meaning that every gear above 2 it will enter trade, meaning that here it will take a trade, and it will take the trade with the direction of going the price going down, so meaning it's a sell trade, so it's betting on the price to drop. And this time it was completely accurate. It entered trade, there was a small another peak, and then the price just came plummeting down. And there's different ways to take profit, but let's say it's default settings, it uses double TP, so when the price gets here, it closes out, and let's say it adds 1% to the account. Now if this had gone the other way around, if the price had dropped even more here and gotten to the third gear on buy trades, it would have taken a buy trade, hoping that the price will reverse, and the same thing would have happened. Again, now let's say this is the next week, it resets the gears, so it starts with -1 on both again, and it starts counting again somewhere here. It puts in the first gear, so 0 for a buy trade. Here it puts in another gear for a buy trade, and let's say now the settings have been changed to more aggressive, meaning that it will open the trade when it goes to the first gear. So it opens a buy trade here, and the price goes up, and let's say it takes another profit of 0.7%. So this is how GearBox works. So it uses gears, and each currency pair has its own entry point. EUR/USD has entering when it's swing trades, let's say on third gear. If it's Euro NZD, for example, then it uses fifth gear. So the price has to move a lot more for Euro NZD than it would have to move for EUR/USD, because it's just a more volatile pair. This is how GearBox works, and it's been working for years. Of course, it has had updates, because COVID showed us that it has some weaknesses, and also the Ukraine situation showed us that it does have it has some weaknesses. And now GearBox uses, the latest version of GearBox uses also hedging, but more about that very soon. Let's continue. Let's talk about results. Here I have 4 accounts, actually 5 accounts. These are all test accounts that I can showcase, because the original developer accounts, I can't show them to you because I just don't have access to them, but some of the accounts have history of 2 to 3 years, some even longer actually. So this is one of the accounts that I'm showcasing. Now this account is set to quite conservative settings, and as you can see, monthly average return has been 1.26%, drawdown 7%, and let's see what pairs it's running. So it's running 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pairs. And it's running very small lot sizes for this account, so it's 0.01 per 2.5K, I believe. Another test account that has been making very good profits. Drawdown is about 29%, monthly return 5.9%. It's running since April of this year, and it's running also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pairs. So it's basically the same settings as the other account, just more aggressive. It's on a $1,000 account, running 7 pairs with default settings on Sniper, I believe. And you can see monthly returns between 6 and 10%, which is actually very good. This year has made over 49% of profit. Let's hope this will continue. Another test account. Drawdown is higher, monthly return is also higher. This account is running only 2 pairs, so EUR/USD and USD CAD, and I believe it's running on a lower time frame, so it's more risky. Last month was crazy profitable, the rest of the months have been decent. And then we have one more here, drawdown 12%, monthly return 0.83. Now these are settings that I probably wouldn't be running on a live account, so it's also running EUR/USD and USD CAD. It's running, if I remember correctly, this account is running on Sniper settings. We will get to what this means, Sniper and swing and so on, quite shortly. And then, last but not least, also the old GearBox version, GearBox 2, running on swing and default settings. This account actually has been also performing quite decently, not bad at all. drawdown 24% and monthly average return 2.74%. And let's look at the those two pairs. Those two pairs, why it is those two pairs is because historically those two pairs have been showing the best results. And to be frank, I don't see any big reason to run more pairs than these two pairs, especially if I have a smaller account. Okay, let's continue. So let's cover the settings. So we have swing settings, and we also have, I'm just going to bring up the VPS so we can go and take a look at the different settings. Here we go. So we have intraday modes where we have instant entry and skip a level, and then we have precision modes for swing, sniper, and super sniper. The best results have been with default settings running swing and sniper. With sniper, it's better if you have like really big account, 6-figure account, 7-figure account, so you can run it more safely. So it waits for a longer time to enter trades, but the precision is even better than it usually is, meaning that the drawdown and the risk is lower. Usually swing settings is enough, especially for running only 2 pairs and you are running them conservatively, say 1500, 0.01 lots per 1500 or 2000 per the funds you have on the account. These test accounts I'm running them aggressively because I want to see if there is a breaking point, if there's a point where GearBox can't handle it anymore. And this is something that is a part of risk management, to see where the possible breaking points are. So those are the settings. Let's talk about the macro situation. And then, of course, we will also be talking about information channels, support, and some closing in the word. So, in addition to what I talked about GearBox, it was developed for MetaTrader 4 and MetaTrader 5, and it's based on market swing theory. So, as I said, it uses gears.
Empower your trades with GearBox, your ultimate trading toolkit. Customize, strategize, and conquer the markets with ease.
For entries, and it's been running since 2020, which is a long time. It is very customizable for the expert, and it is easy to use for the beginner because there are default settings, so you don't have to figure anything out. Just put it on the chart and let it do its work. It has professional risk management like correlation filter, hedging, drawdown protection, and also chill out mode. As I said, default settings give consistent returns. The best performers are USD CAD and Euro USD, followed by GBP, NZD, and AUD USD. So if you want to run GearBox the safest way possible, use these 2 pairs, and then you can also use, in addition, those 2 pairs, GBP NZD and AUD USD. Precision and intraday modes. Intraday mode is for somebody who is more hands-on, who can assist with the trading and who understands the markets really well. So GearBox is like a sidekick or like an extra tool that one can use. And precision mode is for a person who doesn't have time, who doesn't have the interest to really learn trading, but still wants to use software and make money with it. Default settings historically have been the best, and they continue to be the best, so I would suggest using default settings. Time frame for intraday mode, 1 hour, 15 minutes, depending on what strategy somebody is using, but for precision modes, daily is recommended, because the daily time frame is It's very precise and it still takes trades. Of course, you could also put on a monthly or a weekly time frame, but then you will barely see any trades. So daily is like the best middle ground for using on precision modes. And how many pairs to run, as you saw from the accounts that I showed, from 2 pairs to 6, 7 pairs, depending on the account size, depending on the risk level somebody wants to take, and of course also depending on what kind of a person or what style somebody is. Maybe somebody wants to see a lot of action all the time, something has to happen. Then of course more pairs is better for you because there will be more action. But some people just wanting to take it easy and they don't mind trades being open for a long time, or they don't mind periods of time when it's not taking any trades. So for those people, it's enough to have just your USD and USD CAD running on the account. Now we will cover the macro situation. So the US stock market prices, I have been waiting for a recession for a long time personally, and I know there's a bunch of people who have been waiting for something break for a long time now. I looked at 4 or 5 different expert reports about what's been going on and what's probably coming, and none of them actually see that there will be like a serious recession. That some say that there will be a soft landing, some say that things are unclear but positive. The US stock market prices in general seem to be inflated too much, but there is also no reason for them to come down because nothing bad has happened yet. Of course, the Trump-Harris situation might change these things a little bit, but we will see. So when you are a big fan of the stock markets, there are some sectors that work well, and there are some sectors that are undervalued, and there are some sectors that are overvalued. The most undervalued are, if I remember correctly, the energy sector, and the most overvalued was the tech sector and industrial. So be mindful when you put your money into the stock markets. Next, interest rates and inflation. There was an interest rate frenzy going on because the economies were heating, so the interest rates were pushed up a lot. Many people were hurting because of this, mortgages and so on, home loans. And of course this has had a positive effect on inflation, meaning that inflation has started to come down in most places. And also because of this, the interest rates are being lowered again. But there's still caution, and there won't be any like huge interest rate cuts, and probably we will not get to the pre-pandemic levels anytime soon. We are talking about years here. Next, economic growth trend. So in global terms, the economies, most of the economies are growing. The pace has slowed down a lot, and some are saying that the next couple of years will be either a very small growth or it will be like around 0, but there won't be any big retractions or like catastrophes. Of course, nobody knows what the future will bring. This might be the case, what I'm saying here, but it also might happen that there will be some other wars or some natural disasters, who knows what, and the whole thing might be turned upside down. So these things have to be considered all the time. Next, we have Trump versus Harris. So we have the US elections going on, and this is a really big and important topic. Everybody's talking about it, everybody's waiting impatiently what will happen. Maybe the results will be announced tonight, but maybe it will take a week or even longer, depending on how the voting is going to be going. If Trump becomes the president again, this might have a positive impact on the US dollar. But it is also mixed because Trump is a big fan of tariffs and it might disrupt international trade for them. So it's like a mixed bag when it comes to Harris. Harris probably will have a negative impact on the US dollar because her monetary policy is spend more, meaning that have more loans. So the national debt will probably be going up even more, meaning that this will have a negative impact on the strength of the dollar, quite sure. Of course, let's see what's going to happen. Next, European Economic Zone. So now finally, the European Economic Zone is starting to realize that things are quite sour, meaning that it will, the ship has to be turned around. And such a big ship, to turn it around takes a lot of effort, and it might not even be possible. So the next years for the European Economic Zone is not going to be fun, even maybe decades, because there's a bunch of problems, starting from energy pricing, going to too much social fare. People are aging, the population is aging, so there's not many people. We don't have even a birth rate that would be able to sustain European citizen levels. So we either have to start importing more people, or something has to change, because doesn't look like we are in a good place here in Europe. And as I mentioned just a little time ago, global financial collapse, it doesn't look like it's going to happen, at least not anytime soon. So it might actually happen that the usual 10-year cycle for big corrections in the markets is not going to happen, meaning that there will be a soft landing, and there will be just like not crazy growth anymore. It will just be more stable and lower paced growth. That's about it for the macro information. I hope you got value out of it. Let's talk about the information channels. So if you ever get stuck with finding information about Auvoria Prime products, or results, or how to change settings and all that good stuff, then where can you find the necessary information? So let's go over this really fast. The best way to do it is you just open a browser window, go to auvoriaprime.com, and if you want to see the schedule for the live events, for example, you just click on resources, events, AP live sessions, and here you see all the different stuff that is. Oh yeah, by the way, radar call is not happening today because we decided to stop radar calls, so you will be off sooner today. Anyway, if you want to add this to your calendar, so you will always get reminded that you will always be updated. Also, it takes care of the time zone mess. You just open, and then you have to open this link here and put in your data, so you will start getting reminders, and you can also add it to your calendar like that. Next thing, monthly calls. Yeah, this is what we talked about. Help desk. So if you need any help with anything, you can just go to the support section of the homepage and type in your question. For example, Telegram channels, because Auvoria's information, a lot of it goes through Telegram. This is actually the fastest way to stay updated about everything regarding AP. So you just open this, how to create an account and join groups. So it even explains to you how to open a Telegram account, and at the end of the page you have the invitation links for every official channel that Auvoria Prime has. And of course Facebook also, because Auvoria Prime does have a Facebook group. So you go to Facebook and you type in AP Legacy, And of course, join the group. Come say hello. A big part of AP is also YouTube, because AP has its own channel on YouTube where you can find a lot of good info. Oh, this is my face here. Look at how handsome I am. Auvoria Prime. And you just go subscribe to the channel. And the easiest way to learn about different softwares, for example, is just to go to the playlists and Kratos, Flash, GearBox, and so on. So you can find all the necessary information you want also on the YouTube channel. And of course, you can go and check out my personal YouTube channel with Koliniak Official. Make sure to come and subscribe here also, because I'm also sharing a lot of good content regarding Auvoria Prime and investing in general. Last but not least, if you want to check out any of the results that Auvoria Prime has with its products, just for example to make a decision about what product you want to use, you have to go type in auvoriaprime.me/myfixbooks. This is a Google document that has all the information you need for all of the softwares. The information about it, how it works, and of course also my Fixbook links to customer accounts and also official company accounts. So this is how you will find all the necessary information regarding Auvoria Prime. Here to the end, I want to say to everybody, thank you for being on these calls. You are the best customers, you are the best investors if you spend time on these calls, because you will be the most up to date with what's going on. This means that you care about what you're doing. And just bear in mind that it has never been and it never will be a get-rich-quick scheme, because there's a lot of stuff, a lot of shady stuff going out there that promises you crazy returns, 100% in a month, 200% in a month. I mean, this stuff, I've seen accounts make this much money, but it's just for 1 month and then the next month it's blown up again. Don't be that guy. Don't chase these get-rich-quick schemes. Become an investor. Build your life into being an investor. This is a lifestyle. This is a mindset. Do you think that any of the people who are wealthy are because of just pure luck or being in the right place at the right time? Just look at lottery winners. I mean, there's people who win millions with lottery, and then after a year they're broke. They're actually in a worse situation than they were before, because they don't have the proper mindset. So build your mindset and take this as a long-term project, 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. Just imagine what you can do with tools that can give you profits of 30, 50, even 100% a year. Just let compound interest do its work. Stay patient, stay safe, don't take on too high risks. And when it comes to the current elections, US elections, it's probably a good idea to just turn off auto trading on the EA, so you will be as safe as possible. Okie dokie, that's it from me for this episode. If you need anything, if you have any questions, if you have any comments, just comment on the video where you're watching, and of course you can also contact me directly. It shouldn't be this hard to find my personal information. Okie dokie, take care, and until next time.